Hey guys, in this video today we are going to go over how to stretch out your hips, and there's going to be a flow that I'm going to create for you so you guys can stretch out all the different areas of the hip. So whether you're here for front of the hip stretch, side of the hip stretch, or back of the hip stretch, doesn't matter because we're going to go through all of those. And for some of you who may be experiencing all of that or just one of that, all of these are still going to be really good for you. So stick around for the whole flow and try it at home. If it works for you, use it more, okay? My name is Dr. John. I work at Performance Place Sports Care. I am just one part of the locally world famous chiropractors here in Orange County, California. So let's get into it. So some of you may be experiencing pain in the front, pain on the side, or pain in the back. We're going to start front, we're going to go side, we're going to go back, flow through it, okay? If you guys have way too much pain with some of these, please don't push through it. It's not that important to be able to stretch yourself through pain. I want you guys to feel like this is safe for you, and I want you guys to just find a pain-free range of motion as we go through this, okay? So say if we're doing this one here that I'm going to go through, and you get to a point where you're like, right there is really painful. Okay, find your pain-free range first, okay? And then you might notice you can get further before you feel that pain, okay? But challenge your range of motion safely. Let's not push through pain and scare the brain, because then you're not gonna be able to do these movements from here going forward, all right? So we're gonna start with the front one here. And you may notice that this is a very simple stretch that a lot of people like to do, right? You may have already tried to stretch your hips this way. But I'm gonna go through a couple of different cues and different angles that I want you guys to try, okay? So I'm gonna turn this way first. And I'm going to go over how some people stretch their hip like this, okay? I don't want you guys trying to dump into your low back to try to get more movement through that hip. That is not safe for you, okay? So the first cue is to be stiffen up here, okay? Stiffen up around the core like somebody's going to punch you in the belly, okay? So we're going to stiffen up, not too crazy, but enough where you feel active through here, okay? Now, before we even start to lean forward, I want you to squeeze your glute. Notice if you're in this position, nice and relaxed, you stiffen here, and then you stiffen here. I already begin to feel a stretch right here. And I know I'm cutting my head off, but that's not important because the hip is what's important here. So belly, booty, I already feel a stretch. Now I'm just going to lean forward slightly, keeping those two things active, and come right out of it. Active, and come right out of it. This is what it looks like from the front. Active butt, active core, forward and back. You guys can hold for time if you like. I like to rep through it though, because I like to see how much more range I can get through each rep, okay? So maybe try 10 of those and then bring the foot in, okay? Still active core, active butt, squeeze, lean, okay? Squeeze, lean. One more time, squeeze and lean, okay? Last one is this direction. This may feel really weird for you guys. I almost just lost my balance, but we did straight, we did inward. Now we're gonna go slightly outward, okay? Squeeze, and lean, lean, and one more, lean. So that's the front of the hip, you guys. The side of the hip one, I want you guys to do it standing. I'm gonna show you how you can do it on your knees, only because I don't have a cameraman today and I can't get the video to come up standing with me, but you can do it on your knees like this as well. So what I'm gonna have you do is kind of put your weight onto one knee, and now we're gonna go through hip drop out and up, out and up. I have my back foot down on this side, the knee that's not down, just for a little bit of support. Put your hands out wide if you need to. Out and up, out and up. This is going to be a stretch. This is going to be a glute and core activation. So we get the best of both worlds with this one, because you're stretching here and then you're activating here. Stretch and out. Go through 10 reps of those for the outer hip. The back hip one is my most favorite one to do. We're gonna sit in this position here, okay? So I'm at about 90 degrees here, 90 degrees here. If you guys have pain in this position, just play with the angle. Lean backwards, whatever it is, but sometimes leaning backwards just gives you more hip range, and this feels a little bit better, okay? Play with your range of motion, listen to your body. It's not super important to push through anything, okay? From here, this is gonna be the painful hip that I'm trying to stretch in the backside here, okay? So I'm gonna have little T-Rex arms. I'm gonna have an active core. I'm gonna push this knee here in the front into the ground to activate my booty, okay? Notice a common trend here. When we're stretching our hip, we're still having an active core and an active glute. Active stretching is way better than passive stretching, in my opinion, okay? So we're going to push the knee down. We're going to lean forward and continue to try to put more pressure into the front of that knee there. T-Rex arms here, keep that pressure, come forward, tap, come right back out. This is an active stretch. The push through the floor, you'll feel an activation. The further you come, the more stretch you feel and the more activation. Come right back out of it. Let's do that one more time. Push with the knee, active core, keep pushing, lean into that knee, and come right back out, okay? Try that out, you guys. 3 different ways that you can stretch the front, the side, and the back of the hip. Again, always listening to your body and not pushing through pain. One more time, you guys, please comment below if any of these worked for you. We would love to hear it. Like and subscribe to our channel and stick around for the video series of how to stretch your entire body. If you guys have any questions or you want some guidance on your hip pain, if this has been something you've been dealing with for a really long time, come and see us. We can see you virtually or we can see you in person, or we have tons of online programs for you, but it's totally up to you. We don't know how to help you until you reach out. So we'd love to hear from you and talk to you soon.